by the Challenge Cup, just coming once you're on a roll, a couple of really good league victories, and is this an interruption to that roll?
I hope not. Obviously the game before Dundee was cancelled as well, so it's been a bit of stop-start. I always think the start of the season is. International breaks and stuff like that. I don't think it really gets going until now. But no, I think it gives us a good chance to get players up to speed. The boys that maybe haven't been playing might get a game. We'll definitely look to freshen things up. So it gets them up to speed if and when they're required for league duty.
And a rare opportunity to confront the Highland League leaders.
Yeah. As I said, they've obviously had a really good start to the season. Watched the highlights of their cup game last week and they were pretty dominant. So they have a couple of ex-Cali players as well. So it's going to be interesting. But hopefully we'll have enough, and if the attitude's right, we'll hopefully take care of business.
This is a competition where I imagine you must have one winner's medal from 2004. Is it a competition that you look back on your playing career with some fondness?
That year we had bigger fish to fry than the Challenge Cup. We went on and won the league. I have two losers' medal as well somewhere. But no, it's listen. It's one of these it's one of these cups that right at the start everyone could do without, and then they're not really fussed one way or another. But then as the competition progresses and you get into the quarterfinals, the latter stages, they become important. So it's a slow burner of a competition, I'd say.
It's the kind of competition, therefore, that grows on you during the season.
Yeah, it is. But you just hope that with the structure of it now, you just hope that you avoid, when you do get drowned and the draw comes round, that you avoid the shocker.
That's grand, Barry. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Hi, Barry.
Hi, Steph.
Hi. On the back of those two great results in the league, would you in some ways have liked to have continued that momentum on in the league and had a league game this weekend as opposed to a break with the cup?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You do want to try and continue momentum, definitely, because we're beginning to find a bit of form. Although, funny, I listened to the Dundee manager's remarks about Saturday's game, and it sounded like we got all the decisions, which certainly didn't. Because looking back, I remember the second goal being offside and one or two others. So it's contrary to what some people say. I thought we actually played well. I thought Dundee played well, but we showed a real desire and a good bit of character to come out with the 3 points. So yeah, I get what you're saying, where momentum would be good, but it's not to be, and we need to go and be professional and get the job done and get into the next round.
And in some ways it makes the importance of getting a result in the cup all the more important to take that back into the league next weekend against Ayr.
Yeah, absolutely, that's right. I mean, let's say if you can go into that one on the back of 3 wins, it's great, and wins build that momentum, and it builds the confidence. And as we've seen in the last 12-15 months, we're the type of team that can go on really good runs, and then all of a sudden you have a couple of bad results and confidence can be affected. So it is important, and like I said, we'll be doing our utmost to make sure that we go and get the job done, like I said, and go into the Ayr game on the back of 3 wins.
Is there a feeling that things are starting to really come together and the players are gelling together? Do you feel that this is a point you're going to kick on the back of those 2 wins?
Yeah, we hope so. I think there's a feeling that we're getting players back fit as well. I mean, we've had an unbelievable amount of injuries. There was a time there where we had all 3 centre midfielders out. We've still got Sean Welsh out and Roddy McGregor out, along with the 2 long terms of Shane and Tom Walsh. So, but we knew about them at the start of the season. But as I said, Sean Welsh and Roddy and Scott Allardyce being injured here and there has not gave us that continuity in the middle of the pitch. But then it's allowed someone like Cammy Harper to step in there and be promoted into the midfield and step up with a couple of goals and a penalty assist last weekend. So as I said, it's been challenging, but hopefully we're getting them all. I'm seeing one or two now, sort of coming out the physio room with better news.
That's great, thank you.
Okay.
Barry, firstly, commiserations in dropping to third in the all-time scoring list. I'm sure you were delighted for Billy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely delighted. And I hope that Billy goes on and beats Dennis. And if he can do it this season, then better, because it'll mean that we've had a great season. And that's all that's important is obviously the club and trying to bring success to the club. And yeah, like I said, I've spoke to Billy about it a fair bit and probably put a wee bit of pressure on him as well. You know, he was beginning to snatch at a couple of chances. But he's a great lad, and I'm glad that it's went in front of me. But as I said, that doesn't take away from anything that's went on before it. And he's been great. He's looking sharp, and I think it's 2-2 now, I think. And so we can hopefully that he can continue that as strikers can. They can go on little runs, and we hope this is the start of one for Billy.
To talk about Cammy Harper, you mentioned him there. I mean, his performance last week, even at Wraith, was superb. Is that maybe a long-term position you see from maybe playing as an 8 or a 10 in the centre?
I definitely think that Cammy can play probably 3 positions. I think he obviously left back. We've still got work to do on the defensive side for sure, but you know we've used him left side of a 4. When we've maybe tried to stiffen things up a little bit and take a natural winger off. But the last couple of weeks, and we sometimes played him there when he was under 18s, we played him in midfield. But the last couple of weeks, like you said, Steve, he's been outstanding. He's deserved all his plaudits. His work rate, first and foremost, was phenomenal against Wraith. And then his bit of quality that he can bring, you know, sweet left foot of his, and even his desire to win the penalty. You know, he's ran past a couple of their defenders that stopped. He kept going and got his rewards. So delighted for him. He had a tough season last year, but so far he's probably played as many minutes as MD, and like I said, he just gives you that little bit of culture. It always looks nicer off a left tabber. But like I said, his versatility could become key in his career.
Perfect. And I know obviously to say to Steph about, obviously I think we'd maybe like a league game this weekend, but is this maybe a good time to get some boys some game time, some boys that weren't playing so much and boys that obviously were out of injury to get some game time this Saturday? Yeah,
we obviously, you know, we need to get boys up to speed. We need to get more boys 70, 80, 90 minutes under their belt. So hopefully we can do that. You know, we've had boys that have been sitting on the bench for a fair bit of the season. So it is important that we get these boys game time. You know, we're not going to hide the fact that we'll make changes. We will. It won't be wholesale. We won't be bringing in under 18s. It will still be a strong side. But we've got to manage it where some boys maybe need a wee rest just to come off their feet for 90 minutes, and then others really, you know, need to step up and show us what they've got, but also get themselves up to match speed.
Lastly, I suppose having Kevin McHattie and Anthony McDonald on the opposition side, will that give them a wee bit extra incentive to show you boys what they're missing? Yeah, it might. Both good lads. I noticed Anthony last week was really good. I watched the highlights, like I said, and he looked really, really sharp. And you know, Kevin was a great pro who was just unfortunate with a number of injuries when he was here. So I look forward to seeing them, and it'll maybe add a little bit of spice to the game. Yeah. Good luck Saturday, mate.
Thanks, Steve.